Alaska, where the wild heart of nature beats in sync with the rhythm of the earth, is a place that seems to exist in a dream. Imagine standing under the glow of the northern lights, watching them dance across the sky like celestial painters splashing neon greens, pinks, and purples onto an endless canvas. Or picture yourself gazing over vast glaciers that stretch far beyond the eye can see. Their icy blue surfaces sparkling under the midnight sun. The air is pure, crisp, and filled with the scent of pine and adventure. Here, nature's wonders aren't just seen, they're felt deep within your soul. In this enchanted land, towering mountains rise like ancient sentinels, their snow-capped peaks kissing the heavens. Rivers, wild and free, carve their way through untouched valleys, their waters shimmering in shades of turquoise. The untamed wilderness whispers of ancient times, where wildlife roams in harmony with the land. From the rugged coastline to the endless forests, Alaska is a living dreamscape where every corner unveils a new, breathtaking sight. This is a place where dreams are born, where the beauty of the world feels almost too grand to be real, yet it exists in the most extraordinary way. Welcome to the wonders of Alaska. Seward. Tucked between towering glaciers and the sparkling waters of Resurrection Bay, Seward, Alaska, is a breathtaking wonder where nature's beauty is on full display. This charming coastal town, home to just 2,800 residents, is the gateway to Kenai Fjords National Park, where humpback whales, orcas, and sea otters glide through icy blue waters. The massive Exit Glacier, one of the few easily accessible glaciers in the US, invites visitors to walk beside ancient ice. Every summer, the legendary Mount Marathon race pushes athletes up a 3,022-foot peak, while the Alaska Sea Life Center offers close encounters with puffins and sea lions. Ketchikan. Tucked in the misty forests of southeastern Alaska, Ketchikan is a city where history, culture, and nature collide. Founded in 1885, this waterfront town was built on the back of Alaska's booming salmon industry, earning its title as the salmon capital of the world. Even today, Ketchikan processes millions of pounds of salmon every year, with rivers so full that fish practically leap from the water. But there's more to Ketchikan than just fish. The city is home to the largest collection of standing totem poles in the world, some of which date back over 150 years. These totems, carved by the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian peoples, tell sacred stories of ancestry, myths, and spirits. Some even serve as shame poles, meant to publicly embarrass corrupt leaders. Ketchikan also has a scandalous past. Its famous Creek Street was once a thriving red light district. In the early 1900s, dozens of brothels operated above the wooden boardwalks, hidden behind shops and houses. Today, it's a picturesque street with colorful buildings clinging to the hillsides, but if you listen closely, some say you can still hear the whispers of the past. Denali Mountain. Denali isn't just a mountain, it's an unstoppable force of nature. Standing at a staggering 20,310 feet, 6,190 meters, it holds the record as the tallest mountain in North America. But what makes it truly extraordinary is its mind-blowing vertical rise. Denali rises over 18,000 feet straight from the ground, giving it the largest vertical elevation gain of any mountain on Earth. Denali's original name, meaning the High One, comes from the Koyukon Athabaskan people, who revered the peak long before outsiders arrived. But the mountain wasn't always called Denali. In 1896, a gold prospector renamed it Mount McKinley after an Ohio politician who had never even set foot in Alaska. The controversy lasted over a century, until the US government restored its indigenous name in 2015. Climbing Denali is a death-defying challenge, with temperatures plummeting to -75 degrees Fahrenheit and wind chills reaching -100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's one of the coldest mountains in the world. Even Everest, the tallest peak globally, rarely reaches such brutal lows. Also, the mountain is so dangerous that more than 100 climbers have perished on its icy slopes. And here's the craziest part. Denali is still growing by about 0.04 inches per year due to constant tectonic movement. Unalaska Island. Far from civilization, in the icy waters of the Bering Sea, lies Unalaska Island, a place of wild storms, forgotten history, and ancient civilizations. Part of the Aleutian Islands, Unalaska has been home to the Unangan, Aleut people, for over 9,000 years, making it one of the oldest continuously inhabited regions in North America. These skilled seafarers built waterproof, skin-covered kayaks called baidakas that allowed them to hunt sea lions and whales in the world's most violent waters. But Unalaska's peace was shattered in 1942, when World War II turned this remote island into a battleground. Japanese forces bombed Dutch Harbor, marking one of the only attacks on US soil during the war. The military scrambled to defend Unalaska, constructing massive bunkers, airstrips, and radar stations, many of which still stand today as eerie reminders of its wartime past. As if history wasn't enough, Unalaska is also home to Makushan Volcano, one of Alaska's most active volcanoes, which has erupted at least 34 times in the past 4,000 years. Despite its extreme environment, Unalaska thrives today as one of the biggest seafood processing hubs in the world, exporting billions of dollars in fish annually. Eklutna Lake. Eklutna Lake is a stunning glacial lake nestled in the Chugach Mountains of Alaska, just a short drive from Anchorage. Known for its turquoise waters, the lake is fed by the Eklutna Glacier and surrounded by breathtaking scenery, making it a photographer's dream. Visitors can explore the area by hiking, biking, or kayaking. The lake is also home to the Eklutna Native Village, offering a glimpse into the region's rich indigenous history and culture. It's a serene escape into Alaska's wilderness. Anchorage. Anchorage, the heart of Alaska, is where untamed wilderness meets modern city life in the most breathtaking way. Surrounded by the majestic Chugach Mountains and resting along the Cook Inlet, this city of nearly 300,000 people offers a front-row seat to some of the most incredible natural wonders on Earth. Wildlife lovers can spot moose wandering through city streets, bald eagles soaring overhead, and even beluga whales surfacing along the coastline. Just minutes from downtown, Flat Top Mountain provides a stunning panoramic view of the entire city, stretching out to the snow-capped peaks and endless tundra beyond. Anchorage is also home to one of the best places in the world to witness the Aurora Borealis. Between September and April, the night sky dances with swirling ribbons of green, purple, and blue light. In the summer, Anchorage enjoys 22 hours of daylight, giving visitors endless time to explore its over 250 miles of trails, from forested paths to glacier-fed rivers. For a deeper dive into Alaska's rich culture, the Anchorage Museum and the Alaska Native Heritage Center showcase indigenous traditions, art, and history. Whether you're catching a glimpse of Denali, the tallest peak in North America, or taking a dog sledding adventure, Anchorage is a place where nature's wonders are always just around the corner. Dalton Highway. Stretching 414 miles through some of the most extreme landscapes on Earth, Dalton Highway is no ordinary road. It was built in 1974 as a supply route for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, and even today, it remains one of the most isolated and dangerous roads in the world. There are only 3 gas stations along the entire route, and for over 240 miles, there's nothing. No towns, no hospitals, no help. The highway is so treacherous that it's often called the ice road from hell. In winter, temperatures can plummet to -80 degrees Fahrenheit or -62 degrees Celsius, turning the road into an icy death trap. Trucks regularly skid off into ditches, and sudden blizzards can erase visibility completely. Even in summer, sharp gravel and potholes the size of craters make it nearly impassable. Dalton Highway crosses the Arctic Circle, meaning drivers experience the surreal midnight sun in summer and total darkness in winter. But its most infamous section is Ketchikan Pass, where trucks must climb steep, twisting roads through avalanche-prone mountains. Despite all this, the highway is a lifeline for Alaska's oil industry, with massive convoys transporting supplies to the Portage Bay oil fields. Survival on Dalton Highway isn't about skill. It's about luck, grit, and pure endurance. Valdez. At first glance, Valdez looks like a peaceful coastal town, surrounded by towering glaciers and fjords. But its history is nothing short of catastrophic. In 1964, the strongest earthquake in North American history, magnitude 9.2, triggered a massive underwater landslide near the Valdez waterfront. Within seconds, a tsunami over 30 feet high slammed into the town, obliterating the port and killing more than 30 people. After the disaster, Valdez was completely relocated, moving 4 miles inland to more stable ground. Today, remnants of the old Valdez town site still exist, a haunting reminder of nature's raw power. But Valdez is also famous for another disaster, the Exxon Valdez oil spill of 1989, one of the worst environmental catastrophes in history. A tanker carrying 11 million gallons of crude oil struck a reef, spilling its contents into Prince William Sound. The spill covered 1,300 miles of coastline, killing hundreds of thousands of birds, otters, seals, and whales. Even today, traces of oil can still be found buried beneath the beaches. Despite its dark past, Valdez is a symbol of resilience. It remains a crucial oil port, shipping over 1 million barrels of oil per day, and its fishing industry thrives in the icy waters of the Gulf of Alaska. Tongass National Forest. While most people imagine Alaska as a frozen tundra, it's actually home to the largest temperate rainforest in the world, the Tongass National Forest. Covering 16.7 million acres, it's larger than West Virginia and one of the last places on Earth where ancient forests remain untouched. This 6,800-year-old forest is a kingdom of towering Sitka spruce trees, some standing over 200 feet tall and dating back 1,000 years. The trees here aren't just giants, they're survivors, having withstood centuries of wildfires, earthquakes, and even glaciers. But what makes the Tongass truly unique is its wildlife. It's one of the only places on Earth where bald eagles outnumber humans. Black bears roam freely, while Alaska's rare Alexander archipelago wolves silently stalk the undergrowth. The rivers are so rich in salmon that some parts of the forest smell like fish for months. Despite its beauty, the Tongass has been under threat for decades. Logging companies have clear-cut millions of acres, devastating fragile ecosystems. While conservation efforts continue, the forest's fate remains uncertain. What is certain, though, is that the Tongass is one of the last wild places in America where nature still reigns supreme. Sitka. Sitting on the rugged coast of Baranof Island, Sitka is a place of secrets, war, and forgotten history. Before Alaska became part of the US, Sitka was the capital of Russian America. In 1867, Russia sold Alaska to the United States for just $7.2 million, about 2 cents per acre. Many Russians laughed at the deal, calling Alaska a useless wasteland. Little did they know, the land was rich with gold, oil, and endless natural resources. Long before the Russians arrived, the Tlingit people controlled Sitka for over 10,000 years. In 1804, Russian forces tried to take the land by force, sparking the Battle of Sitka, one of the bloodiest conflicts in Alaskan history. The Tlingit fought fiercely, but after days of brutal combat, they were forced to retreat into the mountains. The scars of the battle remain. Many Tlingit totem poles still stand, telling stories of their ancestors' resistance. Today, Sitka is a place where Russian and native cultures still mix. The onion-domed St. Michael's Cathedral, built in 1848, is one of the oldest Russian Orthodox churches in North America. And while Sitka may seem like a quiet coastal town today, its past is filled with conquest, betrayal, and the echoes of history. Anderson Bay and waterfalls. Deep within the misty fjords of Prince William Sound, Anderson Bay remains one of Alaska's most mysterious and secluded locations. Unlike other tourist hotspots, this hidden bay is only accessible by boat or plane, making it one of the last places on Earth where nature remains untouched. What makes Anderson Bay truly magical is its network of secret waterfalls. These falls, fed by melting glaciers, cascade hundreds of feet down jagged cliffs, creating an almost mythical landscape. Some waterfalls even vanish into the ocean, disappearing into the mist, like ghosts. Because the area is so isolated, many of these waterfalls remain unnamed and unexplored. Legends surround Anderson Bay. According to local fishermen, unmarked shipwrecks lurk beneath the icy waters, remnants of Alaska's gold rush era when reckless prospectors sailed north in search of fortune. Some even claim that the waters hide undiscovered caves, their entrances sealed by fallen rock slides. Despite its beauty, Anderson Bay is also treacherous. Sudden storms can trap boats for days, and rogue waves have been known to smash against cliffs, flipping small vessels. But for those who venture into its misty embrace, Anderson Bay offers a glimpse into a forgotten world, one where nature is still king. Taku Glaciers and Lake. Taku Glacier, located in Juneau Icefield, is one of the most fascinating glaciers in the world. Unlike most glaciers that are shrinking due to climate change, Taku is one of the few advancing glaciers, meaning it is still growing instead of retreating. Stretching over 36 miles long, it is the largest glacier in the Juneau Icefield and has been expanding for centuries, making it a rare geological wonder. Scientists have been studying Taku Glacier for decades as its unusual behavior challenges common trends of glacial retreat. At the base of the glacier lies the stunning Taku Lake, a breathtaking body of water formed by the melting ice. This glacial lake reflects the surrounding snow-capped peaks, creating a picture-perfect Alaskan landscape. The lake is often dotted with floating icebergs, some of which have broken off from the glacier's towering ice walls. The area is home to a variety of wildlife, including bald eagles, black bears, and harbor seals that navigate the icy waters. For centuries, Tlingit indigenous people have lived near Taku Glacier, using the region for fishing and transportation. Today, scientists closely monitor the glacier's movements, as its continued advance is an anomaly in a world where glaciers are rapidly shrinking. Taku Glacier and Lake remain one of Alaska's most astonishing natural wonders. Juneau. Unlike any other US capital, Juneau is a city you can't drive to. Despite being the second largest city in Alaska, the only way to reach it is by plane or boat. It's surrounded by rugged mountains and glaciers, cutting it off from the rest of the state. Juneau's history is filled with gold, greed, and ghost towns. In 1880, two prospectors, Richard Harris and Joe Juneau, discovered gold in the area, triggering a gold rush that changed Alaska forever. The mines here produced over 7 million ounces of gold, and at one point, Juneau was home to one of the largest gold mines in the world. But when the gold ran out, many parts of the city were abandoned, leaving behind eerie remnants of a once booming past. Despite its isolation, Juneau remains a political powerhouse and a gateway to Alaska's wild frontier. The Alaska state capitol stands here, and just outside the city, Mendenhall Glacier looms like a frozen giant. With frequent bear sightings downtown and whales swimming just off the coast, Juneau is a capital city that feels more like a wild frontier town than a political hub. Hatcher Pass. High in the Talkeetna Mountains, Hatcher Pass is a land of abandoned mines, untouched wilderness, and long-lost secrets. This rugged mountain pass, sitting at 3,886 feet, was once the center of Alaska's gold rush fever. In the early 1900s, prospectors flooded the area, hoping to strike it rich in the Willow Creek mining district. The biggest find was Independence Mine, which at its peak in the 1940s produced 34,000 ounces of gold per year. But after World War II, gold mining declined, and by 1951, the mine was abandoned. Today, the ruins of old mining buildings still stand, slowly being reclaimed by nature. Hatcher Pass isn't just about gold. It's also home to mysterious rock formations and untouched valleys that have remained unchanged for thousands of years. The area is so remote that even today, there are parts where no human has ever set foot. Some locals believe that hidden gold veins still exist deep within the mountains, waiting for someone brave enough to find them. For those who visit Hatcher Pass, it's more than just a scenic location. It's a window into Alaska's past, where forgotten dreams of gold still linger in the cold mountain air. Kodiak Island. Kodiak Island, often called the Emerald Isle of Alaska, is a breathtaking wonder of rugged coastlines, towering mountains, and lush green forests. Spanning 3,670 square miles, it's the second largest island in the US, home to the world-famous Kodiak bear, the largest brown bear species on Earth, with some weighing over 1,500 pounds. This remote paradise offers spectacular wildlife, world-class fishing, and rich Alutiiq native culture dating back 7,500 years. Whether you're exploring the Kodiak National Wildlife Refuge, spotting whales, or savoring fresh seafood, Kodiak is an untouched gem that showcases the wild, untamed beauty of Alaska like nowhere else. Turnagain Arm. Turnagain Arm isn't just a body of water, it's an unstoppable force. This narrow bay, stretching along the coast near Anchorage, experiences one of the most powerful tidal bores on Earth. Twice a day, the ocean rushes in with terrifying speed, creating a massive wave up to 10 feet tall that surges up the inlet like a tsunami in reverse. This wave, known as the Turnagain Bore Tide, can travel at 15 miles per hour, swallowing everything in its path. Surfers and kayakers have tried to ride it, but the swirling, quicksand-like mudflats make it deadly. One wrong step, and you'll be sucked under, never to be seen again. The name Turnagain was given by Captain James Cook in 1778 when he got stuck here, forced to turn around multiple times while searching for the mythical Northwest Passage. Frustrated, he named it Turnagain, a fitting name for a place where the ocean seems to have a mind of its own. But the bay holds more than just tidal surges. It has been the site of mysterious disappearances, shipwrecks, and eerie legends. Many locals believe that the ghosts of lost sailors still haunt the waters, making Turnagain Arm a place of both beauty and fear. Palmer. Knik River. The Knik River isn't just a river. It's a living time capsule that flows through one of Alaska's most geologically active regions. Originating from the Knik Glacier, this icy river cuts through a valley shaped by ancient earthquakes, avalanches, and shifting ice fields. But what makes it truly unique is that it was once used as a highway made of ice. Before modern roads, Alaskans used frozen rivers like the Knik as winter highways, allowing dog sled teams and supply caravans to travel deep into the wilderness. In fact, during the early 1900s, mail carriers relied on the frozen Knik River to deliver letters and packages, often braving sub-zero temperatures, hidden crevasses, and deadly ice shifts. But the Knik River isn't just about history, it's also home to mysterious disappearances. Over the decades, numerous people, planes, and even entire dog sled teams have vanished without a trace, swallowed by the unpredictable ice. Some locals whisper that the river hides undiscovered caves or even an underground glacial lake beneath its icy surface. Even today, Knik Glacier continues to shift, creating new hidden dangers and uncharted paths each year. It remains one of Alaska's most unpredictable, yet breathtaking, natural wonders. Mendenhall Glacier. Just 12 miles from Juneau, Mendenhall Glacier is one of the most accessible and mysterious glaciers in the world. While its surface is a massive 13-mile-long frozen river, its true magic lies beneath, hidden ice caves that glow an otherworldly blue. These ice caves are formed as meltwater carves tunnels through the glacier, creating a maze of crystal-clear ice walls that shimmer like frozen sapphires. Walking inside them feels like stepping into a portal to another world, where the light bends and shifts in ways the human eye can barely comprehend. But these caves are constantly changing. What exists today could collapse or vanish tomorrow. Mendenhall Glacier has been slowly retreating due to climate change, exposing ancient trees that have been buried under ice for over 2,000 years. Scientists are now studying these remains, hoping to unlock secrets of Alaska's prehistoric past. The glacier is also home to one of the highest densities of black bears in North America. Visitors often see them fishing for salmon in the nearby streams, completely unfazed by the humans watching them. But despite its beauty, Mendenhall is dying, shrinking at an alarming rate. The question remains, how much longer will this frozen wonderland exist? Kenai River. At first glance, the Kenai River looks like any other stunning Alaskan waterway, famous for its turquoise blue waters and world-class salmon fishing. But beneath its surface, the Kenai holds a secret, one that connects it to Alaska's hidden gold rush. In the late 1800s, while prospectors were obsessed with the gold fields of Nome and Klondike, a handful of them discovered that the Kenai River carried gold dust and flakes washed down from the mountains. Unlike traditional gold rushes, which involved mining, This was placer gold, meaning it could be sifted straight from the river. For years, small-scale miners worked in secrecy, extracting gold from the riverbanks and gravel bars. Even today, modern prospectors still find gold in the Kenai, though most visitors have no idea that they're walking past an untapped fortune. But the Kenai River isn't just about gold. It's also a battleground between wildlife and industry. Its salmon runs are among the largest in the world, supporting not just bears and eagles, but also entire Alaskan communities. As climate change and overfishing threaten this ecosystem, the future of the Kenai remains uncertain. Will it continue to thrive, or will Alaska's most legendary river become just another casualty of time? Shoup Bay. Located in the Prince William Sound, Shoup Bay is a peaceful, remote destination where natural beauty reigns supreme. The bay is surrounded by towering mountains and glaciers, making it a breathtaking spot for anyone seeking a glimpse of Alaska's raw, untamed wilderness. Shoup Glacier, which feeds into the bay, offers incredible views, especially during the summer months when its ice-blue waters contrast with the lush greenery. Accessible by boat or via a challenging hike, Shoup Bay remains relatively untouched, offering visitors a true Alaskan adventure. Its serenity, surrounded by a rugged coastline, makes it a perfect location for those looking to escape into nature. Portage Bay. Portage Bay is more than just a breathtaking Alaskan fjord. It's a place where history, mystery, and nature collide. What if I told you this serene bay was once completely covered in ice? A century ago, Portage Glacier dominated this landscape, stretching for miles in a frozen expanse. But over the last 100 years, the glacier has dramatically retreated, leaving behind rocky terrain, turquoise meltwater lakes, and a chilling secret beneath its waters, a forgotten ghost town swallowed by time. Decades ago, settlers attempted to build a life here, drawn by the promise of Alaska's untouched wilderness. But the brutal winters and isolation proved too much, forcing them to abandon their homes. As the glacier continues to melt, remnants of this lost town are slowly reappearing. Scattered relics, weathered foundations, and whispers of a past long buried in ice. Some locals even speculate that entire buildings remain hidden beneath the bay's cold depths, waiting to be rediscovered. Despite its haunting history, Portage Bay is a place of stunning transformation. Every year, the landscape shifts, revealing new secrets from Alaska's past. Will the retreating ice expose more lost history, or will the bay itself eventually disappear? One thing is certain: Portage Bay is a living testament to nature's unstoppable force and the stories it leaves behind. Knik Glacier. The Knik Glacier, located just outside Anchorage, is a striking sight of massive ice formations and towering icebergs. It stretches 25 miles from the Chugach Mountains, offering visitors a dramatic icescape. The glacier is actively moving, with carving icebergs frequently splashing into the waters below. Helicopter tours give breathtaking aerial views of this frozen wonder, where visitors can truly appreciate its size and raw power. Surrounded by majestic mountains and pristine waters, Knik Glacier is a must-see for anyone seeking a glimpse into Alaska's stunning frozen landscapes. Baranof Island. Baranof Island, located in the Alexander Archipelago of southeastern Alaska, is a place where nature thrives untouched. Known for its pristine wilderness, Baranof is home to breathtaking waterfalls, rugged coastlines, and lush forests. The island is a wildlife haven, with sightings of bears, deer, and sea otters a common occurrence. At Baranof Warm Springs, visitors can dip into natural hot springs, once used by indigenous people and Russian settlers alike. The hot springs' healing waters are surrounded by the island's stunning mountainous terrain, making the experience uniquely serene. In addition to its natural beauty, Baranof holds historical significance. The island was once a key area for Russian fur traders, who left behind traces of their presence in the form of old settlements and abandoned sites. Today, the island is still relatively remote, with only a few small communities. Baranof Island offers an opportunity to escape the modern world, where visitors can immerse themselves in nature's beauty. Whether exploring its forests, enjoying its hot springs, or marveling at its waterfalls, Baranof Island remains one of Alaska's best-kept secrets. Alaska Highway. The Alaska Highway, also known as the Alcan Highway, is not just a road. It's an epic journey through Alaska's wildest regions. Built in 1942 during World War II, the highway spans nearly 1,400 miles, connecting Canada's Yukon Territory to Alaska, cutting through vast wilderness, jagged mountains, and untouched landscapes. What makes the highway truly extraordinary is its historic significance. Initially constructed for military purposes, it was later turned into a civilian highway, offering travelers an unmatched opportunity to explore some of Alaska's most rugged and remote areas. The journey along the Alaska Highway is filled with untamed beauty, from towering mountain ranges to wild rivers. It's also home to wildlife like moose, bison, and bears, making it a once-in-a-lifetime experience for nature enthusiasts. Traveling this highway is like stepping back in time, offering an authentic Alaska experience. Along the way, visitors can stop at historic markers where remnants of the old military camps and equipment still linger. It's a route steeped in history, offering not just incredible views, but also stories from a bygone era. The Alaska Highway remains a remarkable feat of engineering and perseverance, a road that truly connects people to Alaska's heart. Captain Bay. Captain Bay is one of Alaska's most remote and undisturbed places, where untamed nature blends with fascinating history. Located near the southeastern coast of Prince of Wales Island, this bay is surrounded by towering cliffs, lush forests, and clear waters that stretch into the horizon. Captain Bay's history is steeped in seafaring lore, named after Captain James Cook, the famed British explorer who charted the waters of the Pacific Northwest. Indigenous Tlingit people have long inhabited this region, using the bay as a crucial point for fishing and navigation. Today, remnants of their culture can be found in the area, adding a layer of depth to the stunning wilderness. What sets Captain Bay apart is its seclusion. Access to the bay is primarily by boat or small aircraft, which preserves its untouched beauty. Visitors often come to the bay to experience Alaska's wild side, the tranquil waters, the thriving wildlife, and the feeling of being completely removed from civilization. Captain Bay offers a rare chance to connect with both nature and history, where the past and present collide in one of Alaska's most serene spots. Katmai National Park. Katmai National Park is one of Alaska's most rugged and awe-inspiring regions, located in the southern part of the state. It is famous for its dramatic landscape of volcanic craters, steaming fumaroles, and spectacular lakes. However, the park's most famous inhabitants are the brown bears, which flock to Brooks Falls during the summer to feast on salmon. Katmai's dramatic history began with the Nova Rupta eruption in 1912, one of the largest volcanic eruptions of the 20th century. The eruption created a vast volcanic landscape of craters, ash fields, and steaming vents. Visitors to the park can witness the raw power of nature with volcanic landscapes that seem frozen in time. Katmai is also home to the Valley of 10,000 Smokes, a remarkable site where the eruption left behind a series of ash-filled valleys, creating an otherworldly environment that is still changing. Today, Katmai remains a remote sanctuary for wildlife enthusiasts and adventurers, providing some of the most intimate bear viewing experiences in the world. The park offers wild beauty and a constant reminder of the unstoppable force of nature.